Welcome back everybody to some more EU4 with me, Daniel from Dan Has Fun. Should have been seamless for yourselves. It's been about 5-6 weeks since I last recorded this game, so I had to quickly check my last video and be like, what on earth was I doing? Turns out what we were doing is beating up the British. We need all of this territory, although we're clearly not going to take it all in one go. The aggressive expansion would be buck wild. Also did some quick maths, so even if we took all of the British provinces that we need to form Rome, it's still not technically enough. We need another 27. There's about 18, I think, here. We'll be able to attack Poland at some point, which will drag the Dutch and Trier in, so we should be able to get another 7 provinces there. Technically, the Mamluks own a couple that we want, so we're going to try and get those too. And we have Rhodes as a buffer. Rhodes is only allied to Spain, so this is going to be an absolute cake walk to take if we need to. We're not going to do it right now because we're technically in 2 wars. Thanks, Somalia. But at least we have a rough plan of action, because we're getting scary close to the end of the game. Game ends in about 1820, I think? I don't remember anymore. But we do need to get on with it. So really our only roadblock currently is we can't peace out. I just prospectively looked at what kind of deal we need. So for this, our main objective is to not get Russia in the coalition. If they join the coalition, I'm sure it'll fire, and that'll be a bad, bad time for us. So we have to wait. We don't have to wait too long. One thing that's been embarrassingly wrong for so long is in our religion. We used to have an admin policy for free. I switched it to justified conflict because if we look at our ideas, we have so many free admin policies already we can't physically use. So that was a bit of a waste. I think it's fair to say. So, oh well, not too big a deal. At least we caught it at some point. We're also about to complete defense. We can even do this now. It would put us behind on military tech, but I think that's fine. Get that done. We now have some more ideas that we can turn into policies. Unfortunately, none of them are administrative, so what are you going to do? But at least we have some more options. Anyway, let's unpause and see if anybody does any rival changes, any alliance changes. Nothing seemingly particularly different off the get-go there. I did put our spies out on Switzerland and on the Mamluks, see if we can just get a territory from them without having to have a fight. Clearly we're doing most of the work for Somalia for them. The sooner we can get out of this war, the better, the less vulnerable we would look, right? So that's why I'm being so proactive about it. Then we just have to play the waiting game. Do we want to beat up the British Navy that badly? I'd really rather not. We would win. I guess we can while we wait. We are over our naval limit anyway, I guess, so we might as well, eh? A jam will hate us forever, but of all the nations that might drop out of the coalition, they're probably high up the list, because they don't hate us quite as much as everybody else does. Speaking of which, another nation joining the coalition. Yeah, a jam's aggressive expansion towards us is only a nice number. So, are they going to come out of the coalition? Probably not. But the potential, at least, is there anyway. Crazy when you have better naval stats than the British in this game. Doesn't happen often. Go back in. And we don't even need to do that, do we? We can just stay out. Because we have the ability to heal off the coastline. Beautiful. We shouldn't have any overextension anymore either. No, we do not. Other things I did between episodes, because you may notice there's a gigantic difference in the treasury. Every naval building we could build, so I started off with the naval capacity buildings, built those, then built all of the sailor bonuses, ones that we could anywhere, then went for land force limit buildings until we couldn't build any of those. Followed that up then with the ones that reduce the governing capacity, because you may notice we're very close again. So very, very easy to spend about 56,000, 57,000 gold, as it turns out. I don't need to replace that general right now, that's fine. Our priority with our military tech well be taking up, so we'll leave our monarch points as they are. Poland's been reconfirmed as the Holy Roman Emperor. That's fine. We're not likely in a situation where we're going to stop this from happening. We're going to probably have the HRE until the end of the game. I don't think that's a big deal, though. You also have to let me know if vocally this video sounds fine, because you get square eyes looking at sound settings for long enough, and I don't want to look at them forever, so hopefully it sounds alright. I'm not peeking on the mic anyway, so that's at least that. Turn the noise gate off, because I think it was blocking more sound that I wanted than sound that it wasn't. So hopefully we don't have the world's worst background noise, but we'll see. We shall most certainly see. This stack doesn't need to be here anymore. This can get out of here. In theory. Okay, maybe it can't. Neat. Where do we even get you to go, then? Can you reach here? No. You can't really get anywhere, can you? Cool. I guess we have to wait for this siege at Jazan to complete. Not a big deal. Yeah, it probably helps in our naval combat. They don't have a very good naval leader. Adolphus Blake's only a 224. Gives them good combat width, but nothing compared to ours. They might lose a few more ships because they're not going to have a chance to fully recover their vessels. Then again, nor have we, so we might lose a couple. There's the siege of Jazan finally done. Can you now get there? Yes, you can. This other stack can go back. I'm not you know, wiping Somalia's backside for them. They can do something. Yeah, they lost a handful of heavy ships there. That's not quite where I meant that to go. Go on the Irish Sea, please. And they're going to have a small stack escape, which is irrelevant. But yeah, now their big naval stack is stuck in Man, so as long as we stay there, they can't do anything. And I don't really feel like going and capturing that territory, personally. It's a lot of work for not a lot of gain. Can we piece you out yet without getting Russia involved? We can with this. Can I take Norfolk as well? It would appear so. Just double checking this list. You know, doing the Father Christmas, check the list twice. Because apparently we're being naughty and we don't want to be. We won't be too naughty though. It's a balancing act. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. So we don't have a diplomat, so I mean that's kind of a prereq. So we have to wait 25 days, but beyond that, should be fine. We start moving some troops back to where we're going to likely have rebel issues in the future. Because we're clearly going to have to keep some stacks of troops over here. These guys will just move over with our navy. But I think 3 stacks of troops should be fine in the British mainlands. These 3 should be more than enough by themselves. If anything, it's slightly overkill, but we have the troops spare, so I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, this is winding down, really, isn't it? It's going to be very close towards the end, though. So I think it's going to be really touch and go whether we'll be able to form Rome or not. I really hope we can, though. Like I said before, I've never actually done it in this game. So, it would be pretty spiffy. Siege of Damar is done. I don't think we need you around here now, either. I'm going to preemptively move some troops over towards the Moroccan area, because if we do attack Rhodes, it'll drag Spain in. Not that that's very concerning, but if they're going to bug me, it's going to be in Africa, right? And here is the building game. Oh, I didn't realize you could just hold down the enter key. You learn something new every day. There you go. Oh my word, that's a lot of buildings. I told you I did a lot of building between episodes. It's still going. There we go. So, okay, pause. Russia's sown discontent. Not a huge surprise. Let's get our transport fleet over and start moving some of these guys over. Now we can piece these guys out. So we have... Yeah, 31% war score is all I need for this. Russia's not involved. Nobody else that isn't already in the coalition will join. I don't want their peace treaty to be super long because we need to be able to attack them again soon. I mean, we're not going to make them release Scotland, but that would be hilarious. It's always tempting, because obviously if you release a nation that doesn't exist right now, they don't have any aggressive expansion against you. So that's always something to bear in mind, but we don't need to do any of that. I'm just going to tell them to give up claims. And 80% overextension. We're not going to be over. Miracles do happen. Where is the highest supply limit? In Hull. Do you have enough here? Yep, you do. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so these three stacks are going to be together. These three light ships, get out of here. We want you to go home at war. We're going to get you to protect trade. Where does it matter right now? We have so much of the control of the English Channel now. It's tempting to move all our stuff there, but we have 100% in our own, so probably not yet. Where do we want these guys even to go? Let's have you go to Constantinople, why not? And then all of these troops, we should probably have them wander towards... Let's have you go towards London, because it has the highest supply limit. And that way we can have our big stack, the 9 of transports that are somehow joined through probably capturing actions. They can separately go over to London. Our big navy, where do I even want you to go right now? I'm just going to have you sit, I think, in Cadiz. Which I notice is the same pronunciation, I suspect, but with slightly different spelling now. And where did I put the transport fleet? I know I clicked on them. Where did I put them? Eyes, why are you failing me now? They're probably right in front of me and I can't see them. Anyway, I know they're going to come towards this location, so there they are. We'll get you to go to London as well. And now we play the try and avoid attrition game. Theoretically, as they all moved across at different times, we should be doing a better job than this, but I'm not going to micro it to this degree. We have 952,000 manpower. I think we'll be okay. 75, that's 150, that's too many, so we need to do 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stack, oh, no, not that. Like that, and move you all over to Calais. Yeah, we'll try and avoid the plague, please. Or flu, or whatever. Influenza. Where do we need some troops? Probably send 1 more stack down to Northern Africa. Stack, and we need to send a stack over towards the Polish lines. Beautiful. And then go back to London, please, for the other 2 stacks we're going to try and take out. A for attach, A for attach. And you guys, I'm just going to have sail over, I believe. We'll have them sail over to, say, here. Because I'm probably going to have to take a stack over to deal with roads, right? So that works for me, and it gets the transports out of the way in case I forget to move them somewhere sensible, because that would totally never happen for us. Definitely not a person who constantly misclicks, I swear. Nice thing about taking the British land too, because they're not in the Holy Roman Empire, I don't have to deal with Poland being like, so, you should probably give that back. You're like, no thank you, I'm good. I am okay, thank you. Okay, the back, so 1 stack go to Constantinople. No, in fact, I'm going to keep you here. The other stack, without the general, go to Constantinople. And then we will declare war on the knights momentarily. When is that? Before I forget to check too, when is our peace treaty over with Poland? A couple of years' time, so we do need to get somewhat ready for that. We'll deal with roads and then we'll start handling that. I'm sure it'll be fine. This should be over very, very quickly. They would ally to us, but by the time, theoretically, we could ally them, get them to become a vassal. By the time we do that, it's another 10 years before we can start annexing. It's just not worth doing. So, we're not going to do that. We're just going to be rude and attack them. How many favors do we have with Vijaya Nagara? Oh, we're capped out. Okay, well that's that's easy then. So yeah, we'll just bring them in just to keep Spain distracted. Because I imagine Spain, yeah, Spain has a lot of land in the Australia, New Zealand location and the East Indies. So Vijaya Nagara will keep them busy. Somalia would join as well. I mean, you might as well. Might as well. It's not going to cost me anything, and again, it'll just keep the Spanish distracted. This isn't Spanish territory, despite the fact it's the same colour as the Spanish on the map. It's completely unrelated. Now, with roads, which sea zone? Is it this side that you're in? I can never remember. I think so. I think it's the Gulf of Satterlee you have to go at. Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. It's quite hard to tell until you zoom in, and you can just about see the ships are on this side of the white line. That's the only way I can really tell at a glance. And we have enough. Can we even get through Brazilian territory? We'll have to keep an eye on that, because the answer right now is no. Spain does have a lot of troops, but they are not really of any concern to me. Their capital is also in the Canaries, so I can just sit there and annoy them. And that'll be free war score. Oh, 2 bonus mercantilism I'd forgotten about. That's pretty neat. If we really wanted to, we could bring our transport fleet over here, but I really don't feel that that's required. Eventually, Brazil will probably give open borders to Spain. And as soon as they do, we'll just lay the smack down on them. But Janagara's still got 42,000 troops over here too. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so the stack on roads is done. We'll leave our transport fleet there to help speed the siege up. Not great at blockading transport ships, but they're good enough. What kind? So we've got a level 9 fort. I'm not going to blow the walls up. There's no need. We're not on that much of a time crunch, and we're behind on military tech. Yeah, we've got 3 points of leader siege. We've got enough cannons here to get a +3 bonus. Crazy that you would need 40 artillery to get the maximum bonus, but that's the joy of a level 9 fort. You can see why nations don't really go after the knights, just because it's so resource intensive to take one pretty meh province. But in our case, that meh province is genuinely quite useful, so we're gonna take it. Where is meh? So we still need to have our troops in northern France. We don't need them all though, so these 2 stats can start moving over towards Poland. That should be enough. Poland doesn't have that many troops, although we've done that before where we've underestimated them and they've stack wiped us, so we'll try not to do that even more times than necessary. So we'll see what we do. Still don't need to get level 30 tech yet. Infiltrating administration I almost never do, because games don't usually get to this point that really have anything going on. Impulse warfare is useful, just to get the new type of infantry. The tactics is helpful too, but the tactics early game are the most critical thing, arguably. As the game goes on, the bonus to morale and tactics get a little bit less important because, well, you've already got such high base stats anyway. Doesn't really matter too much, but it's nice to have it than to not, for sure. Do we have open borders with Spain to get to Spain yet? No, not yet. Okay, that's fine. Again, in absolutely no rush. Just sitting here is going to give me war score against Spain. Not a lot, as you can see. It's a whopping 4. But it's something. They're also losing an absolute ton of money a turn because we're just sitting here and stealing all of their trade. Like, really nice people that we are. We'll bash that Yemeni stack for Ethiopia, and then this group can also leave, and you're going to come up north. Yeah, they're absolutely melting. Although, Yemen's military stats are pretty good, it's just we outnumber them spectacularly. Yeah, full stack wipe on the Yemen stack. Not a huge surprise, but alas, well, at least we know. And knowing's, well, it was all of the battle in that case, I guess, but you know what I mean. Do we want to turn any of these estate policies off, by the way? I like having the ship trade power. I like having the diplomatic points and the capacity. What's your default equilibrium right now? 79? I can take this off. Yeah, they won't be happy about it, but it'll increase our maximum absolutism. So now it can be up to 59. Yeah, we'll take that. Just makes our army a little bit better. Not huge. It's not going to move the needle a ton, but... Again, we might as well do it. Another general gone. I'm going to wait for now. We want to try and get level 30 military tech as soon as we can. And we will, as you can see. Give me a second. Oh, there's a lot of pop-ups here. We've got 34 unnecessary favours from Somalia, so that's cool. Okay, so this is the window that matters. So Yemen's giving up 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces to Somalia. They're giving a core to Mara. And they're releasing a load of nations. Well, I can see why we got so many favours from Somalia, but yeah. Yeah, we want Somalia to be pretty big. We would love it if they would attack the Mamluks, because we want territory. I'm going to put a claim on it before I forget. These 2 provinces, I believe, are the only ones the Mamluks now own that we are really that interested in. Somalia technically owns a province we'd like, but that's one. I'm not going to fight them over it. Yeah, all of this deserty gibberish is irrelevant to us. We want this deserty gibberish instead. Including their capital. Why on earth they would leave their capital there? I don't know. Why wouldn't you put it somewhere safe? Like over here. And you know, safe is relative. But that's a strange decision. Hormuz is planning on attacking Yemen. We don't care about that. That's fine. You do you. The Mamluks are planning on attacking Yemen. That's a bit more interesting. Yeah, I can't offer to protect them in any way. Primarily because they're haters. Okay, that's fine. Not a big deal. We're up to 28% war score on the Knights. There we go. Up to done on the Knights. They will almost certainly not give in yet, though, with this province being taken yet, because they'll be like, oh, well, that's the end of us. So, no. And Spain technically still exists. But at least we don't have to sit on it anymore. So let's get those troops out of there. Can we get over yet to Spain? We can if we take the world's most enormous route. I would really rather not do that. Brazil, do you hate me still? Yeah, there's absolutely no way on this earth that they'll do that. I guess we will need our navy then. Okay, well that's fine. We'll deal with it. Some trade ship on trade... Oh, I was going to say trade ship action, but no, our transports were able to hide, which is helpful, because they are absolute turd in combat. So let's get our transport ships over. Take a stack with us. We don't need to take all of the men over yet. I wonder how many troops they have over here that I can't see. Probably not a ton. But that's a mountain, so we definitely don't want to land on Haha. That would be a bit of a joke landing location. We probably want to start by landing on this forted location. So let's go down one further. And we want to land... Going to start there. And then I'm hoping they won't move across so we get the crossing penalty. Well, the landing penalty and the crossing penalty are both just as bad. But I'm pretty sure if you land on somebody, there's no way that you're going to dodge the penalty. Whereas if I try and do the crossing, I believe if we have more maneuver than them, which we don't actually, we would dodge it. So I guess it's moot point. The idea is correct. We just don't have the ability to apply the execution. And once this stat comes up, we'll move them over towards Spanish mainland. Well, I say mainland. It's weird to say that when it's in Africa, but you know what I mean. Let's have you guys come over into the coast of Morocco. And then... Okay, they do have a fairly large army, so we're going to have to probably... They also have level 30 military tech. We still can't get through this land, eh? Rude. Maybe we'll have to take a second stack over. So we're in, finally, to the point where we don't have to pay a penalty to get level 30 tech. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we do want to get level 30 military tech, but I'm not going to do the improvements straight away, because you do that, you lose all your morale. So we do have to wait. That's a stat wipe, not a huge surprise. Rebels were busted. Beautiful. Get this 52k stack ready to roll over there if we need to. If we see that the Spanish armies run away, then we can potentially upgrade our infantry, but I'm not doing it yet. We won the Siege of Gran Canaria. So you can now bring your transports over here first. And then they're going to pick up... I know it looks strange that we're going to pick up our troops in one island from another, but it's fine. And then as soon as we get Sousse occupied, we don't even have to land them, so we're just going to wait. Okay, there we go. So now we can just land straight in. And we don't have to play the wading across the ocean game. One stack go to a place I probably shouldn't pronounce for... Well, I was going to say for demonetization sakes, but I'm not monetized. Future Daniel might be, but current Daniel isn't. There they are. It's on a highland, which is a little bit stinky, but it's fine. I don't think we'll need these other two stacks coming over, honestly. We'll all split them back up. I can't see Spain having that many troops over here specifically. And I'm sure as hell not going all the way down to the Cape or, you know, going to the East Indies. That's Vijay Nagara's job if they decide they want to do it. Which they are. They're genuinely trying to do it. That's very... pleasant surprise. That is a very, very pleasant surprise. Anyway, what'll be a nice, pleasant surprise will be the next episode of this video, hopefully, because I'm going to put a cut in now. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now. Thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around.